Yeah, this is my show. Yeah, something just went wrong here. Yeah, well, uh, hello everybody, welcome. This is me, David. Well, I'm on my studio today, so I'm just basically doing it off my phone and, talk about a few things. Maybe I should just go into, I'm going to go into my bedroom over here, and so that way I can actually just look up a couple of things. And yeah, so just going to go in here and just look up a couple of things on Facebook over here, you know, and talk about some things. You know what I'm saying? I like to actually, yeah, yeah, I just like to uh, do this on my phone for a little bit, knowing that this. I like to do this a little bit off my phone, and Yep. So yeah, I can actually do this off my phone, and let me see. Kind of, yeah, it's most of that time. Um, let's see here. I gotta get to. Let's see. 7. Uh, Hello. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Just trying to go on Facebook on my phone over here. There's a few things that I'm going to be looking up. There's a few things that I'm going to be actually looking up. Yeah, so it's better that way. Let's see here. Uh, what's going on here? A couple of things. Yep. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I did talk about the election from yesterday. And there was quite a people. Well, I mean, it's let's see here. You're in a box of a homepage of New Republic and making smarter sign up. A right-wing media has tried to create controversy over the series of Facebook and posts of the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's brother by Jeff Walz through cold water on the effort Tuesday. Uh, yeah, so let's see here. Created a controversy over a series of Facebook posts by Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, his brother Jeff Walz, threw cold water on the effort Tuesday in his Facebook post. last week, which was were reported on by the New York Post, and the older Waltz declared he 100% opposes to all these ideology, referring to his brother, the Democratic Vice President nominee Jeff Waltz, is also replied to another Facebook commentator who argued him to publicly endorse Trump. So yeah, well, I mean the brother, I mean the actually brother is Jeff is the other brother is going to endorse Trump in this matter. So I mean yeah, so this you know, and I have thought for a long time I heard about doing something like that. I am torn between that and just keeping my family out of it. Walsh, a 67-year-old Florida resident, said, "This story I couldn't tell, not the type of character you want making decisions about your future." So, so let's see. So Jeff donated to Donald Trump's campaign in 2016 and reportedly hasn't spoken to his brother Tim 8 years, aside from one conversation through their mother last month. But dispute for this different with his brother Tim Waltz decided not to divide further into politics, telling the nation that the story were mostly of the embarrassment family nature. He mentioned that Tim was car sick as a child and was prone to throwing up in the car on a family trip with no waiting to sit beside him. They are really beyond there, but he added he was getting a lot of feedback from my friends, old acquaintance, thinking that I was feeling the same way that my brother did on the issue. And I was trying to clarify that just to friends. Jeffrey Waltz said to News Nation, "I used Facebook, which wasn't the right platform to do that, but I will say I don't agree with his politic. There is going to be no further statement to anybody, and we're not campaigning or anything for him or against him or anything like that." Waltz added, "The whole effort seems to be yet another flat GOP effort to smear the Harris-Waltz ticket, much like the attack on Tim Walsh's military service." So I mean, I just don't understand and get it. But I'll tell you something, like I've been saying before, earlier today, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be over at Ward 5 November, which is not so bad. Which is not so bad now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'll tell you, um, you know, I told you I knew that. I mean, I didn't know this from the beginning. I thought, wow, geez, that it's like hearing, the Democrats around the Republican going, jumping on the bandwagon of the Republican ticket. So, and that was like it's like pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? To hear that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I thought maybe, wow, I'm going to take this, as a win. You know what I'm saying, for the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, jumping on a bandwagon. you know, and Tim Walz, Jeff Walz, is supporting Trump, and Jeff Walz don't agree anything that his brother says. You know what I'm saying? So Jeff Walz don't agree at all, and it's sad because now you got brother against brother. You know what I'm saying? So now you have brother against brother. So Jeff Walz is supporting Trump, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it's a sad thing to see, but hey, you know. So Walsh's his daughter is hoping to talk with his manager about the business that has exists in the areas of over 50 years. He took back uh, Whisper Pie and Apple Critters donuts from the volunteers. Compare Walsh pit stop to their own vents, and you can throw representatives pictures of the candidate. I am J.D. Vance, and I am running for vice president and a Republican candidate and worker. He walked into whole sweet shops. So yeah, I mean, J.D. Vance, that's former President Donald Trump's vice president. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's pretty good though. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could spin this camera around and actually show you a picture, but I can't. Maybe I could, basically show you a picture of, you see, maybe I could show you a picture behind the scenes there. Let me see. I don't know. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So, but today I'm just going off my phone right now, and so Harris targeting into insane Russia-backed crime conspiracy. Yeah, I mean, look at it, man. You know. Yeah, so I mean, many Republicans would find with a even hope for Donald Trump to defeat on the election day, according to the reports from political some same of the GOP election representatives. Commentators do not want a second team fearing the shift's ways from physical consultations. But I'll tell you though, I mean, it's a mess. I mean, it's sad, but this is all a mess. You know what I'm saying? So, a great donut shop. Yeah. But I'll tell you though, Walsh's brother though, man, he's Jeff. I mean, he's supporting Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Walsh is the on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? And we have what do you call it? We have Democrats jumping the bandwagon. Jumping the Republican bandwagon. They want to be on our side because they know that they know that there is cheating going on. You know what I'm saying? They know that. You know what I'm saying? And they know what happened in the 2020 election. They knew what happened with that. Of course they did. They knew what happened with that. You know what I'm saying? So let me see what I'm doing here. Well, yeah. So I mean, it's. So yeah, so it's kind of sad, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know something though? But like I said before, okay, and I'll say this again, okay, and and I will keep saying it. I don't vote because of somebody's color, okay? I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you speak Chinese. I'm not going to vote for you because of your color or your gender. Okay? I'm going to vote for you because of the thing. I want to vote for someone that's that's going to be willing to take the presidential to take the job seriously. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I really honestly I really just don't want to because most people will be like, oh geez, wow, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna vote because of her color. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, honestly, I just don't want to vote for somebody because of their color. Okay? I want to vote for them that, I want to vote and then make sure that they're going to do a good job in office and not screw things up. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of color, it's not because of your gender. I don't care about that. Okay? you know and this is why I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump don't feel that way. Okay, he don't feel that way. I'm gonna he I'm the reason why I'm gonna vote for him is because of I'm gonna the reason why I'm voting I'm on former President Donald Trump's side is because he talks about policies. He doesn't talk about his gender or whether because if he's white I'm gonna vote for him. No, it's because of policies. If you've got a good policy, okay, if you have a good policy and you show me that your policy is worth me voting for you, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll vote. You know what I'm saying, for you. But I'm not going to vote for somebody on a because they're black or they're Chinese or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or they're gender wise. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I vote on good policy. Okay. Which is Kamala Harris don't have good policies at all. She doesn't. Walsh doesn't have good policies either. Okay. And none of them have good policies. And the only person that has good policies is our former president Donald Trump. That's what I based on, is good policy. Okay, good policy. That's what I based on. And something else. Something else that I based on. Let me tell you this. Okay, and I also based on, okay, your past. Okay. I also based on the past. I do not exclude the past, because if you were a Senate, I want to know what you did when you were Senate. I want you to know what you did when you were an Attorney General. I want to know what you did if you were Senate. Okay, I want to know your past. Okay, so that way I know what I'm getting into. Okay, same thing. And I just don't vote on color. Okay, I don't. Okay, I don't vote on color and I don't vote on gender. I vote policy. Okay, if you got a good policy, okay, then I'll vote for you. If you ain't got a good policy, then I'm not going to vote for you. Okay, so I mean that's just the end of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want someone that's going to be in office, that's going to do a good job, that's going to represent us in the nation. Okay, I want good representation, and Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton is not the one for the job. Okay, they're not the one for the job. Okay, so I want good representation. Okay, and that's why I am voting for Donald Trump in November. Okay, in November 5th, because I want good representation. Okay, I don't want murderers. I don't want serial killers in my country. Okay, at all. Okay, I don't want borders open. And you know something? People talk, oh, the borders are not open. The borders are closed. No, the borders are open because people are still coming over here. Okay, the borders are open. Kamala Harris never been down at the border in her whole entire life. Okay, she's never been. Okay, at all. Never been down there in the borders. Okay, at all. Trump's been down there so many times in the borders. Okay. Okay, you know, even Arlington Cemetery, okay? All right. He went there. He didn't go there as a political pawn. He went there to grieve with the families of their son that died, okay? Which is Biden and Harris, and they never did that, okay? They never did that. They never went to Arlington and put a wreath or flowers on that young man's grave. Okay, that military Marine that died, right? So, you know, I'm just saying. So, but I'm going to tell you, okay, Donald Trump went there and put a wreath at Arlington Cemetery. He didn't go there to use as a political pawn. He went there to grieve with the families over there because their son died. Okay, the son took his life when he was down in Afghanistan. Okay, and you know something? And how many Democrats care about that? None of them. Okay, none of them at all. Give two rats about what happened to that kid. Okay, and I don't want to hear that Joe cared, Kamala Harris cared, or Walz cared. Okay, I don't want to hear that because they don't care. Okay, you know, so that's why I said, you know, Donald Trump is one of the best presidents that we had in office since 2016. Okay, since 2016, he was one of the best presidents of the United States, and he is the only one besides Reagan, Barack Obama, okay, went to Arlington Cemetery. Okay, so he did. You know, I mean, I never seen them once go to since Joe was the president. I never seen him once, even Kamala Harris once, go to Arlington Cemetery to go put a wreath up there. Not one time. Not one time. One time since he's been elected. Before he even backed out of this election. So I never seen Harris do it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, these people are no good. I'm telling you, these people out there open borders. Okay, they want more people to pour into this country, and you know something? The more people that come into this country, they're gonna rip this country to shreds. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, and you know what? And I don't care what any Democrat says. It's the truth. They'll rip this country to shreds. Okay, all right. Food prices. I'm telling you, we'll have food prices. I know the industry is price gouging. I know that. You know why they're price gouging? Because of the oil and everything, gas and everything else. That's why they're price gouging on everything. Okay? That's why things are so high. Now, under the Trump administration, this wouldn't even be like this. Okay? It wouldn't. Okay? And then people were so proud of their stimulus checks and everything that they've been getting. Okay, I'm not going to say I didn't get any, but I got 3 of them. Okay, but you know something? Those stimulus checks wasn't even worth taking, because you want to know why? They wasn't worth taking. Now, okay, I'll give you stimulus checks, but guess what? Now they raised the taxes. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna give you stimulus checks, but I'm gonna raise the taxes. So that's exactly what they did to get their money back. Okay, so now this is where we are. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm not gonna apologize, but I hope Trump wins. Okay, I hope Trump wins November 5th. I'm honestly, and if he doesn't, this whole country is going to go down the tubes. Okay, so I mean, the whole country is going to go down the tubes. I mean, look at you got Kamala Harris stealing Trump's platform and everything else. Oh, I'm going to build a wall. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if she's gonna go and build, why don't she just support Trump then? If she's gonna do that, okay? If she's gonna do that, okay? Then she should then instead of her running for president, then she should be jumping on Trump's team on the Republican side and helping us out, okay? And helping us out because she doesn't even know what she's saying. She's flip flopping back and forth, this and this and that. She don't know what she's saying. Okay, that woman don't know what she's saying at all. Okay, she reminds me of Hillary Clinton anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, it's. Let me see what Jeff Waltz is criticizing. Let me see. Let's see here. Wait a minute. I'm gonna. Oh, it's Jay. Let me see. Wait a second here. Oh, you got JD Vance with CNN Live right now. Rather, you see that? I can't even play it because I'm actually using the mic. So I can't even play it because I'm using the mic. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of like really using the mic. But look at it though, you know what I'm saying? It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's not good, you know? I mean, you know, let's see here, what's second here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. What's going on? Oh God. Well, maybe if I don't use the mic, let's see if I can use it without the mic. So yeah, I'm gonna use it without the mic, and let's see here.
Nice to have you here. Thanks for coming. Thank you for that. You are married to Kamala Harris, the first female vice president in United States history.
Yeah, this guy here is supposed to be the first lady.
Former vice president is a BFD.
Yeah.
First, though,
there he goes.
How am I supposed to address you? Like, what's the right? What do I call you?
So don't do SCOTUS. Not good. You got
second jump.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, say yeah. Look at you got JD Vance up on the say Senator JD Vance, Delors, and the remarks of.
Sounds like we got some fans, some haters. That's okay. Listen to what I have to say here, and I'll make my pitch. I want to first say thank you, Representative Jimenez, for the great introduction. It's very kind of you, and thank you for your service to our country. The only career firefighter in the United States Congress. So thrilled to have you on our side, and thrilled to have you fight for America's firefighters. Let's give it up for Representative Jimenez.
Yeah, so look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I also want to thank President Kelly and every single IAFF member for your warm welcome. It is an honor to be here with America's incredible firefighters. Now, I do have some news to break this morning. I guess I just heard on the ride over here that the New York City Fire Marshals Benevolent Association has endorsed the Trump fans ticket. I, of course, want to thank them for their support, and
Yeah.
I humbly ask all of you to join them, and I'd like to explain why. Now, the American people respect you. They respect firefighters, and we're eternally grateful for the valiant work you do for our communities and for our neighborhoods.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's J.D. Vance.
Risk your lives to save homes, businesses, and the precious lives of our fellow citizens. Now, you're also incredibly kind and patient. As the father of a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, I have been to firehouses all over this country, in San Diego, Atlanta, and New York City, and of course, many in my home state of Ohio. And despite the fact you guys are probably annoyed to have a few young kids drop in, you were always unfailingly kind and patient, and I'm grateful to it. It's one of the reasons we love our firefighters in this country. You all are the embodiment of American spirit. Heroic, determined, selfless, hardworking, and tough. This country was built by people like you. America is great because of people like you, and I believe you deserve a government that is loyal to you.
See that? He said that we believe that we should have a.
I know Governor Tim Walz was here yesterday, and I'm glad he was able to come. And I respect this union for inviting both sides to take the stage and to make the case to all of our membership.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what democracy is about. You listen to both sides, you weigh their records, you weigh their plans, and then you vote. And so today I'm asking you to ignore the campaign rhetoric and look at the record. In 2019, this union endorsed a Democrat for president with high hopes. But sadly, I believe you've been let down. Now let's talk about the issues that affect all Americans, and let's talk about some of the issues that affect just firefighters. But all Americans are affected by this terrible inflation crisis. And under President Trump, wages were rising, and nobody was really talking about inflation in 2020 in this country.
That is true.
The economic mismanagement of this
Nobody was talking about inflation.
Had already strained budgets, and pensions stretched to the breaking point by this affordability crisis. With President Trump at the helm, our border was secure and drug trafficking was down. And under the open border policies of this administration, America has experienced a massive increase and a massive influx of illegal aliens and deadly drugs. And I know that a lot of you are on the front lines.
Yeah, same thing with the sex trafficking and stuff that's going on.
Into this country under Kamala Harris's leadership to kill every
single
American, man, woman, and child.
Drugs were. I mean, drugs are. I mean, fentanyl is pouring into this country because of Kamala Harris.
Now, when I visit a factory, some other place of business, I always ask the workers there, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? The answer is almost always no. Now, I want to ask the firefighters in this room a slightly different but a related question. Are you administering less Narcan today than you were 4 years ago? My guess is that for almost every person in this room, the answer is unfortunately no, and that was a policy choice of the president administration. Now, you are so often the first to respond when someone is suffering an overdose. You try to help our fellow citizens living with addiction to survive those overdoses and to be able to build a second chance at a better life. And I know, and I've seen it very personally, you try desperately to revive parents who took something they shouldn't, all while comforting the children who are terrified that they might lose their mom or dad. I've spoken to so many firefighters and EMTs over the years who are on the front lines of this drug war, this addiction crisis. They revive people who took fentanyl, they rescue their children, and they even sometimes, as you all know, put out fires that were started by drug addicts. And one of the things they confess to me in private, though I know you would never say this in public, is their fear that they aren't making a difference. Now, there's a hidden trauma among our firefighters. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know. A trauma that comes from staring death in the eye every single day and worrying that you are fighting a losing battle. And I just want you to believe that I understand. But I want you to hear a story, a very personal story. When I was 12, my mom was in the middle of a terrible, terrible addiction crisis herself. She struggled with it for most of my early childhood. And I remember during a particularly bad episode, I called 911. Like so many kids who have parents who struggle, I called 911. Now the firefighters, the EMTs, and the police came. They calmed her down, but as you all know, they calmed me down too. They calmed my sister down. They did that public service that only they can do. Now years later, she took something else that she shouldn't have taken. And the firefighters and the EMTs, they saved her life and took her to the hospital where she lay in a coma before eventually waking up. And I want you to know that for us, we did get a second chance. And so if you're ever worried that you're not making a difference, listen to this. From the sad and tearful 12-year-old to a 40-year-old who's now asking to be your vice president, you do make a difference. You make a difference every single day, and I thank you for it. Now, might not always see it, and you might not hear it, and I know that a lot of the people that you're out there fighting for and saving, sometimes they don't say thank you. But my mom, as much as she struggled with addiction for a big chunk of my early life, when you saved her life, when you gave her a second chance, she got clean, and she's been clean and sober for now almost 10 years. And God bless her, and God bless all of you for fighting for her. So believe it from me, believe it from a kid who's you are saving lives, and you
Firefighters
an
Union.
opportunity and a second chance, even if you don't see them take that opportunity every single time.
Union.
God bless you,
Firefighters
guys.
Union.
I love you for it. With my mom, probably
Firefighters Union.
in this room. Now, while overwhelming America's firefighters and EMTs, Kamala Harris's open border policy, it's also depleting our budgets. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, not a fan of mine or President Trump, said that illegal immigration will destroy New York City due to the huge financial strain, which is about $12 billion over the next 3 years, and that's just in New York City. The mayor announced sweeping budget cuts that would slash $300 million from the fire department and cut the number of police officers to the lowest level since the 1990s. And it's the same story all over the United States of America. Illegal immigration cost Chicago taxpayers $361 billion last year.
$6,100 billion. Wow.
Washington, D.C. is paying $36 billion.
Washington, D.C. is paying $36 billion.
Soon, my friends, our cities are going to have to cut vital police, fire, and emergency medical services to the bone. And it's you who's going to suffer, and it's the people you serve who are going to suffer. We shouldn't be forced to spend billions of dollars on people who aren't even supposed to be here. We should be spending that money on schools, police and fire departments, and our citizens. And under President Donald J. Trump's leadership, we will.
We should be spending money in our schools.
Now, here's another promise, not just a promise based on some plan that's written on a website, but based on the real record. When Donald Trump is president, we won't sit on our hands while rioters and arsonists burn down American cities like they did to Minneapolis in 2020. I'd ask you to remember the scene back in the summer of 2020, state troopers in full riot gear protecting the firefighters of Minneapolis from the rabid mob that was forcing down that city. And we have to ask, why were they doing it? And part of the reason they were doing it is because people like Tim Walz invited those rioters into Minneapolis, and it was people like Donald Trump who were trying to send in the National Guard to protect them, to protect people. But we sure as hell will not bail out.
That is true. Tim Walz was watching his city burn down.
Our city's safe put out the fire. We're going to put criminals behind bars where they belong, and we will always stand with the courageous firefighters and the first responders who keep this country safe every single day.
There you go.
and I are proud to be the most pro-worker Republican ticket in history. And I want to talk about why we're fighting for working people, why we're going to fight for unions and non-union alike. Now, our enemies and a lot of Democrats call us populists, like it's something of an insult. But if being a populist means being on the side of working people rather than the powerful elites who hollowed out our middle class and sent us into stupid foreign wars, then sign me up. I am a populist, and I'm proud of it. For decades, unions have given support to Democrat candidates without giving Republicans much consideration, and I'm not here to judge you or to blame you or to criticize you. I am here to tell you that it's a different world now. You may have noticed that Donald Trump is not exactly like Mitt Romney or some of the Republicans of the past. He is a different kind of Republican. And under his leadership, the Republican Party is the party of the American worker. Now just think about the Republican and Democrat conventions we just had. It says a lot who each party chose to put up on that stage. At the Republican convention, we were featuring every American worker.
You go, Senator JD.
But I'm sure it would make some big headlines. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to try to take off my shirt here. But at the Democrat convention, it was a parade of celebrities and billionaires. It felt sometimes like every celebrity except for Hulk Hogan was at the Democratic National Convention. And I don't blame anybody for being famous or for making money, but you cannot be a champagne socialist who supports open borders and pretend that you're a friend of working men and women.
That is true too.
My friends, it just doesn't.
I mean,
the most profound moment for me at either convention was the American hero who couldn't be there. And I think we're all united in celebrating and remembering Corey Comfortori, a great American, a great fire chief, a great husband, and a great father. But while the assassin in Butler, Pennsylvania barely missed Donald Trump, he took the life of that great firefighter, a selfless patriot, and a respected citizen in his community. Now, at the convention, President Trump stood beside Corey's helmet and gear and called for a moment of silence. And I tell you, there wasn't a dry eye in the arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Our nation wept for Corey, just as our nation weeps for all the firefighters and the first responders who lost their lives in the service of others. Now, of course, I couldn't help but notice this wall beside me with names, I believe, 644 names. Is that right?
Yeah, 644 names.
Firefighters and emergency medical workers, proud IAFF members who have passed since your last convention. And I just want to tell you, seeing that wall breaks my heart, and it gives me a sense of renewed commitment to everything that you're doing. And I think just as it's fitting to remember the sacrifice of Corey Comfortori, we should also take a moment. Let's take a moment of silence and remember the 644 of your brothers and sisters who have passed. Thank you all. Now, Donald Trump, I will tell you, sometimes, even when he has to fight his own party, he cares for working people, and he's been fighting for them.
Donald Trump does care for working people. He does.
Firefighters and our first responders.
He loves firefighters and first responders, like Senator JD Vance is saying.
Easy, but maybe it can be a little bit easier than it is right now. And we have to be honest, my friends, the hard truth is that Kamala Harris is the latest in a long line of Democrats who come by every few years asking unions for money and promising you the moon, but often failing to deliver. But I'd ask you, after supporting Democrats for so long in this union, what has it gotten? Over the past 70 years, union membership in this country, and this is not a good thing, but it has declined. The influence of unions has declined, and the wages of working people, union and non-union alike, have not kept up with the pace of inflation over the last 3.5 years. So I want to ask you a question that Donald Trump asked America in 2016, what the hell do you have to lose? Now, I know this is a diverse union. Some of you love President Trump, and some of you clearly don't. I've heard from both sides just giving this little speech. Now, this may come as a shock to you, but once upon a time, I wasn't a Trump guy either. And trust me, the president never lets me forget it. What you may not know is why I've changed my mind. And it was actually in big part because of a firefighter friend from Dayton, Ohio, who persuaded me that I was wrong about Donald Trump and that he was right. And by the way, while we're talking about Dayton, can I give a shout out to Dayton Firefighters Local 136? Where are we, Dayton? God bless you guys, and God bless you for your service in Ohio. Now, my buddy Matt, I won't give his last name because I don't want to embarrass him, but Matt was trying to convince me to trust Donald Trump in 2016. But the truth is, I didn't fully believe in the promises Trump made. I didn't believe in the promises that any politician made, and you shouldn't either. I changed my mind because he did a good job for the American people. He created a booming economy with rising wages and virtually no inflation. He stood up to China and reinvigorated American manufacturing. He kept us out of ridiculous foreign wars. And time after time, I saw that when Donald Trump makes a promise, my friends, he keeps it. Now just look at the promises he kept to our firefighters during his first term. He extended the AFG and safer authorizations to make sure firefighters got the funding they needed. He signed a $100 million increase for firefighters during the midst of the pandemic. He signed legislation to improve wildfire suppression and forest management. And he signed an executive order to allow unions to create apprenticeship programs helping you all recruit and train a new generation of firefighters. They tasked the EPA with addressing dangerous chemicals like PFAS to ensure safe firefighter gear. And I'll tell you, I share President Trump's commitment, and I speak for President Trump in saying that we are dedicated to health, to safety, and to the prosperity of our first responders, including our firefighters.
Yes, it is. I'd like to thank the first responders too from New York and from New York City too, and thank them for their service too.
Republicans being anti-union, and sometimes the shoe fits, but not me, and not Donald Trump. When I was in the Senate, I voted to pass the Fire Grants and Safety Act, which authorized hundreds of millions of dollars in grant funding to local firefighters. And as Vice President, I will fight to ensure you get the resources you need, especially in some fast-growing places like Phoenix and Las Vegas, where we need more firehouses, not more shelters to house illegal aliens. And after talking extensively with the local volunteer fire department, the Brave, the Hazmat, to respond to the disastrous East Palestine train derailment, I was proud to work across the aisle to produce the Railway Safety Act. And our bipartisan bill increased funding for communities to prepare for hazardous material spills and mandated that first responders always be notified when hazardous materials are being transported on rail lines in their communities. It's just common sense. You got to tell people what you're bringing into their communities if you're bringing it in the first place. Now,
Absolutely.
remember, a lot of businesses didn't like that bill, but the railway union supported it, and President Trump and I fought for it, and we're still fighting for it to this very day. Now, speaking of East Palestine, I learned in talking to the local fire department there that our firefighters experience higher rates of cancer. You all know this, of course. That's why I voted for a 5-year reauthorization to the firefighter cancer registry last year, and I know when President Trump is elected, we're going to prioritize firefighter research and addressing the health risks that every single one of you take upon yourself to fight for our citizens every single day. Now, look, when President Trump returns to the White House, and I believe that he will, we are always going to have an open door for the membership of this organization and the leadership of this organization. And that's true whether it's this union or other unions or anybody else. We're going to have an open door for working people because we want to fight for working people every single day. We will respect your right to engage in collective bargaining. And this is important too. We're going to defend your right to free speech, including your right to speak out about unconstitutional COVID vaccine mandates imposed by the current administration. We're going to abolish every single mandate, and we're going to fight to rehire every firefighter who was wrongly terminated with all the back pay that they deserve.
Wow, back pay.
We're going to deliver the equipment,
Good.
the funding, the support, and respect you all need to do your
They're going to be dead. They're going to give them all the back pay back.
Stop the flood of fentanyl that is poisoning our citizens and endangering each and every single one of you when you go to work. And here's another promise. We're going to protect your pensions because heroes like you deserve to retire with dignity to enjoy the blessings of the country that you helped build and help protect.
That's right. People's pensions.
It's not just words. It's not just promises that I'm making. I am actually a co-sponsor of the Social Security Fairness Act, and I'm proud of it. I think it's ridiculous to penalize our firefighters in retirement for doing the right thing and fighting for our community. Now, look, I know you do a hard and dangerous job. You spend long hours away from your family. The work can leave
Firefighters do.
Scars, and
Police do too.
The firefighters that I know. Frankly, you don't get paid what you deserve. But you don't do it for fame and you don't do it for fortune. You do it, and I know this because you love your communities.
That's why the firefighters and police do it, because they love their community.
Can afford to live the American dream in the cities and towns that all of us love. You deserve to live in a country where you can buy a home, put gas in your car, provide health care and education to your family, and put a nice meal on the table. A country where kids can walk safe streets, go to safe schools, and have the freedom to just be kids. A country where if you work hard and play by the rules, you can live a good life. Now, these aren't Democrat or Republican principles, but they are the principles that President Trump and I are fighting for on this campaign, and we're going to fight for it every single day in the White House. And that's why I want to ask you humbly for your support. President Trump and I want exactly what you want. More jobs, rising wages, a secure border, safe streets, and an affordable country where every child and every family can achieve their dreams. Now, he delivered that during his first 4 years as president. He changed my mind and he won my vote. And for the skeptics still out there, I hope he has changed your minds too. But I'll tell you, whatever your politics and whatever your preference is, I make this solemn promise. Whether you support us or not, whether you ultimately endorse us or not, President Trump and I believe in our firefighters, we believe in our first responders, and we will never stop fighting for you. I am rooting for you. I am proud of you. I am thankful for you. God bless you. I want your support. We're going to fight for you whether we get it or not. God bless you guys. Thank you.
You see, this is JD Vance, okay? You know, he said he's gonna fight for you. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you get everything you want. I mean, that's JD Vance. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you know, look what's going on now. Take a look what's going on into this country now. Okay, look what's going on into this country. Do you really want open borders? Do you really want sex traffickers coming over here? Do you really want that? I mean, come on. You know, for your future kids, of course not. I don't think anybody would want that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I want to also talk about what happened you know, in the today too. I mean, today I was down at the I went to Walmart, and I had to go and pick some pans up, and you know, for my house, and so I'm waiting for the bus back. So I mean, everybody's outside. We were talking about, you know, amongst everybody, you know, about different things, about the election and all. No, so this woman came down with her kid, okay, and you know, and there was a 80, I believe she was 87 years old, elderly woman. Okay, when before the bus came, you know, she went up to the, you know, she could, you know how the elderly, you know what I mean, with children, okay, because they're grandmothers themselves. And she's so, you know, he's so pretty, you know, so cute and everything else. So the woman, so the young mother, she got upset, and and she started getting hostile towards her. Okay, so my wife and I, we caught it, and so my wife said something, and then I said, look, you know something, it is our business, okay? It is our business when you're getting hostile to an 87-year-old woman, okay? Well, it is our business, okay? And she's telling me to shut up. I said, no, you shut up, okay? Okay, you create this mess, okay? By verbally abusing this 87-year-old woman down next to Walmart today. Okay, I told her to shut up. Okay, I said, wow. I said, you push a 70, you push an 87-year-old woman. Are you kidding me? Okay, somebody that looks just. I said, don't you know how old she is? And then she turns around, she goes, I don't care how old she is. Well, let me tell you something. I said to myself, well, wait till she gets old and let's see how she feels when she's 87 years old. And then she gets on a bus and she doesn't even fold the carriage. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is what happens. Something. I don't care about the free buses, but this is why, in the first place, okay. This is why, in the first place, I did not want these free buses. This is what happens, okay? This is what happens on the bus, okay? And you know something? And one of these days, I'm gonna go live on the bus, and I'm gonna show you what is going on the bus, okay? All right? And you let me. One of these days, I'm going to, and you know something? And you let me know what you think, okay? All right. See if free fares are worth it. Maybe worth it for some people. Okay. It's good it's like I said before. It's good in a way, but it's also bad in the other way. Okay. SERTA should have never ever had free bus fares like that. Okay. Because people come so much entitled to everything on the bus. Okay. They're disrespectful and everything. And this is why I said it's good in one way, but bad in the other way. Okay. And, sometimes people, well, I like free buses because you know what? I can save a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. I can do that. I can save hundreds of dollars. Of course, yes, you can save money, but in the long run, is it worth it? Okay. Is it worth the aggravation to the elderly? So is it? I mean, you gotta think, okay? Use your common sense and think. Is it worth it? Okay? Is it worth elderly, being people being verbally abusive to the elderly on the bus? Okay? One day I'm gonna go live on the bus and I'm gonna show you exactly how people act on the bus. Because you know something? Because I can do that. Okay? I can do that. I'm going to show you exactly how people act on the bus. Okay? And you know something? You're going to be like, wow, Jesus, you know what? Dave's not making this stuff up. Dave's not making this up. This stuff is serious. You know what I'm saying? And you know something? Let me tell you something. Everything I tell you, okay, I can't make this stuff up. Okay? It's hard to make this stuff up. Okay? It is. It's very hard to make this stuff up. I mean, it's sad. Okay, when the elderly is being verbally fucking abusive, when the elderly is being the young ones are abusing the elderly on the bus. Okay, that's why I said it's good in one way but bad in the other way. And no one understands that. Oh, what about us young people and everything else and stuff? What about you people? Don't you people care? I mean, come on. some of you people have elderly grandmothers, okay? Would you honestly, I'm going to tell you something, okay? Would you honestly let some young adult talk like, abuse your grandmother like that? I sure hope not. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure hope that you would say something. People need to start opening up their mouth and stop, coddling these people and these people abusing these elderly on the bus. Okay, it's disgrace. It's sickening. Okay, it is disgraced. Okay, and this is why, and something, and this is why I cannot wait for Trump to get back in office, because as soon as he hits his first executive order, then his second executive order, then he can actually straighten things out in his administration. Okay, because it's this under the Harris administration, forget it. Okay, forget it, because you're going to have your economy is going to go down. Okay, something, you ain't going to have a country. You're going to have open borders, sex trafficking, and everything else that's going on. Okay, do you really honestly tell me this? Okay, do you want somebody you don't know, okay, go up to your kid and start talking to your kid? Huh? Do you really want that? I mean, look at you. I mean, I'm telling most of you people. I know you guys see what's going on out there. But hey, something. It's time for a change in administration. That's what it is. It's time for a change in administration, where people like it or not, but it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's. I see it. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe at the bus station. Nobody's safe in the parks. Nobody's safe in the stores. Nobody is safe anywhere until we get a new administration in there. Okay, that's going to represent us the right way. And now the only person that will represent us is Donald Trump. He will represent us the right way. You'll get your tax credits. Okay, you will. You'll get your tax credits and everything else. The adults will get their tax credits, and everyone will live comfortable. Okay, you'll have money in your pocket, extra cash, and everything else on hand to put away if you want to go on trips and stuff. Okay, stop being naive. Okay, stop being naive. Okay, you know what? People can argue with me all day and say Trump this, Trump that, and something. I'm just gonna okay, well. You think what you want to think. You think if you want to think about bad logic, you think about bad logic, and I'll think about good logic. That's how it works. Okay. I've never been in office in my life, but I'll tell you, I've been involved with politics ever since I was 10 years old, even presidential, okay, politics. And I know exactly what I am talking about. Okay. If you don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, then something. The only thing I could say, debate me, and I'll something, and I'll prove it to you. Okay, I'll prove how right I am. Okay, debate me. Okay, and I'll prove how right I am. That's all I can say to you. But something. But don't take it to heart though, because it's what I'm telling you is the truth. Okay. So if you think I have a live video, okay? I have a live video. We can even do this on live video, okay? I'll invite you to my house, and you can do this we'll do this on live video, or we can I'll set up a camera, and we'll go live with it. If you want to debate me, fine. I mean, I could use the debate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I hadn't had a debate in a long time, but and I will call any liberal out for debate if they want it. Okay? Because what I'm telling you is I'm telling you the truth. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. Okay? What's happening? But if you want to think about bad logic, you think about bad logic, and I'll think about good logic. But you know something? But if you want to push your logic on me, well then guess what? We will debate it. And you know something? And I'm not afraid to debate it. because I'm always open-minded on everything. Anything that you want to know, I'm open-minded. Okay, I will debate you. Okay, you got to understand this. Okay, open borders, tax increase, gas increase, because of Joe Biden administration, and now it's going to be the Harris administration. Okay, think about that. Okay, think about what's going to happen to your future. Okay, you ain't going to have a future. Okay, and you know something. And if you think you're going to have a future under the Harris administration, you got another thing coming. Okay, you do, and it's pretty sad that some of you think about bad logic and not putting two together and saying, hey, look, you know something? I wonder if they're telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Trump and everything else and stuff, but I'm going to tell you something. Trump has a good administration, okay? I don't care what you think about him. He has a good administration. And you know something? And I will defend that man's record, okay, if I have to. I will defend his record, okay? All right? I looked up his past, present, and everything, okay? This man is a businessman, okay? And you know something? And this man is a businessman. I looked up his past records and everything else. That man does not have one record against him. The only record that he has against him that speaks for him on what he does and what he does good as a businessman. Okay? And JD, I looked up him. Okay? I looked up him, and there's no corruption in his on his side. Okay? So if you want to think about bad logic, that's totally up to you. But I'm gonna go with my logic of what I think about JD Vance and Donald Trump. Okay? That's how I'm gonna do it. And you know something? And if anybody's willing for a debate, believe me, I will debate you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to. Okay? I'm not. And I will debate you live, okay, in front of everybody. Because, when somebody says, oh, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris because she's black, okay? People are voting for her because of her color. They're not voting for her because of her policies. They're voting for her because of her color. And you think that's smart to do? Oh, I'm not worried about her past. I'm worried about what she can do now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking about, okay, well, we should be worrying about her policies, never mind her color or her gender. We should be worrying about policies. That's what we should be worried about, okay? I looked at all Harris's policies. She's not fit to be the president or the commander-in-chief in the White House. She's not. Hillary wasn't, and she's not. Okay? So, I mean, these ain't the people that we want in office. Maybe some days we love we would actually want a woman, of course. Okay? Maybe let me see. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene, maybe she could run for president next time. Okay, maybe. Or who else? Jeez, I mean, there's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a lot of them. So I mean, yeah. Or maybe Veronica, Donald Trump's daughter, could run for president next time. You know what I'm saying? But right now, Harris and Hillary Clinton, they're not the women that we want. Okay, all right, it's not. Okay, and you know something, and let me tell you something. We've been talking about this for a very long time. Yes, we we've been talking about having a woman president, okay? But we want to make sure that we are going to be, they have good policies, okay? Good policies, not wrong policies, but good policies, okay? But I'm going to tell you again that Trump is going to beat Harris, okay, like he did to Hillary in 2016. So, I mean, I have my theory on that. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put my theory out there. Okay, I mean, it's going to happen. I hope. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they don't cheat, you know what I'm saying? And right now they're trying to. You know what I'm saying? Right now they're trying to. You know what I'm saying? And you know something. If somebody comes up to me and says, well, you know, no, because I know they cheated in 2020. They cheated in 2020. Yeah, they did. And you know, so I mean, let's hope that we have a good clean, we have a good clean election. You know what I'm saying? You know, but let's hope. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, because Harris is flip flopping back and forth. Jeffrey Walter's brother, uh, well, uh, Harris's VIP Walsh. He's got a lot of corruption against him. Okay, and you know what gets me so far? Let me tell you, this is what gets me. Okay, the Democrats, they worry about so much about corruption, but they don't check into these people. Okay, they don't check into the past. Okay, they don't check into their past records. Okay, us Republicans, we check into everyone's past. If you got a bad past as a Senate, as a Attorney General, and you didn't do nothing then for those last 2 years when you were in Senate or Attorney General, and you want to run for President of the United States, no, I'm not voting for you. I'm not voting for you, and I'm not going to vote for you. So why should I vote for someone, okay, that did not do anything when she was in the Senate, okay, or whatever Harris was? Why should I vote for her? Okay, why should I vote for her? I'm saying, look at her policies. Look at the flip flop that she's been doing, okay, on a Daily Wire. All the flip flop going on, okay. Come on, man. And people want to vote for something like that. And you guys talk about corruption, but look at it. Think about it, and you let me know, and you let me know about good logic. Because, I mean, people come up to me every day. Oh, you're wearing the wrong hat. No, I'm not wearing the wrong hat. I'm wearing the right hat. Because you want to know why? Because I know my candidate. And you know something? And I know he has a good past. And I know he's a businessman. Okay? He has a good record, not a bad record. And when people turn and say, well, Donald Trump did this and Donald Trump did that, Donald Trump did this, you know something? How much proof that you have that Donald Trump did this and this and that? You don't have any proof. The only thing that you're going by is what people say to you, is what you see that comes across your phone. That's all. I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you, if, you believe what you want to believe. But let me tell you something. Your logic is wrong. Okay? Your logic is wrong. Okay? And I've been around politics for ever since I was 10. Okay? I've been around presidents, Barack Obama, I've been around Clinton. Okay? I know what goes on. I'm just saying, I do. I know what goes on. And you know something, Secretary of State, I know what goes on. Okay? I know what goes on everywhere, all across the country. Okay? I watch every little thing that goes on. I've been to Bill Clinton's, I met Bill Clinton in person. I've been on Barack Obama's campaign. Okay? And you know, and also I've been on Ted Cruz as Secretary of State. I've been on that campaign. Okay, and let me tell you something. I know what goes on. Okay, you know, people try to tell me different. You know what I'm saying, you know, okay, well, okay, I'm gonna sit down, listen to what you have to say, and then you know what? And I'm gonna let you know if you're right or wrong. And I'm gonna say you're wrong because I'm gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it whatsoever. You know something? Like I told you before in 2020. Okay, Biden's no good. Look what he did to this country. Okay, you got nobody believed us. Called us a liar. Okay, so you called us a liar. So now look where we are today. Okay, look where we are today. Okay, our country and our military is in a shithole. Okay, because of Biden. Okay, all right, in a shithole. Okay, our military's weak. Okay, so when the Trump administration gets back in, okay, when they get back in, we are going to give back, okay, to our military. Okay, we're going to give back. We're going to give back the money that the Biden administration took away from our military. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to give the money back to our military so we can make our military strong again. Okay, we got a bunch of crimes going on all around this country. Okay, Connecticut and everywhere, and nobody gives two shits about it. All they're worried about what? Well, we're gonna. Well, so you vote for Harris, okay? No, I'm just saying you vote for Harris, okay? This country's gonna be even worse under the Harris administration and the Waltz administration because Waltz is corrupt, okay? He is. Waltz is corrupt, okay? Corrupt really bad, okay? Even Jeff Waltz called his own brother out, okay? Called his own brother out because he knows his brother's corrupt. That's why his Jeff Waltz is going to vote for. That's why Jeff Waltz is going to endorse Donald Trump for president of the United States. Because no why? Because he knows his brother is corrupt and they're twins. Okay, they're twins. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying how things are. I mean, you know, I mean, I mean, either you take it in or you don't. Okay, that's all I got to tell you. I'm just saying I'm just saying what the facts are, because I'm going to tell you it's gonna happen.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Senator.
Thank
so
you.
within a week of you being named on the VP ticket, the Democratic nominee changed.
CNN Live.
You guys seem to be struggling a little bit with how to approach the new dynamic. How are you approaching your new opponent and the
So
new
listen to some more.
It's pretty straightforward, actually. We're running against a set of policies that I think have failed the American people, and we're running to a set of policies, President Trump's 4 years in office, that I think really succeeded for the American people. And I think that what's different about it, you're right, Dana, it is different. But what's different about it is that we're running against a different person who a lot of Americans just don't know. And so I think we have to remind people that President Trump delivered lower prices, lower inflation, a prosperous and peaceful world, and also a secure border. And Kamala Harris's policies have produced the exact opposite. Now, that was an easier case to make when Joe Biden was in there because people
Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream.